Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. It is our last garden tour because we're here in mid-October. Happy Thanksgiving to all of the Canadian friends. Everything's pretty much dead. All of our herbs are dead and they've been seeded for saving seeds. So our ladder is pretty much dead. We're going to rip that out. Now moving along to our tomato bed. We still have a couple coming in. Like, it's mid-October, so that's a little bit crazy, but we've been having these like beautiful days. It's a little windy today, I apologize, but we've been having these beautiful sunny days. It is getting a little chilly at night, but I've been putting like little frost covers on these, so they've been good. So I'm gonna come out this weekend. I'm gonna take off a couple of these blushed tomatoes, and anything else that's green, I'm taking those off too. And we're making fried green tomatoes, and I'm gonna show you how to do that, so that anybody who has any green tomatoes still coming off their plants and you don't maybe want to ripen them inside, or there's way too many of them, I'm going to show you how to make some fried green tomatoes. So moving along here, for those of you who have been following all summer, you know that there's asparagus in here. I planted asparagus this year. It's first year. Here it is down here. It really got shaded out by these marigolds, but these are pretty much dead now. So I have already I've already got seeds for next year. I screwed up and did these really tall 3-foot marigolds. I have dwarf ones for next year, and that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to do like a border of dwarfs along the front of my raised garden beds for that pest control. Now I will tell you, for those of you who have not been following along, these were a lifesaver this year. The Japanese beetles in my area were insane, and these marigolds just attracted them. I was getting like probably 11 per flower head in a day, but it saved my other plants. Like, as you can see, in October, we're still healthy, we are green, and I can thank these marigolds. So I definitely will be planting marigolds again, just not to this scale, because as you can see, they're like spilling out of the bed. It's just absolute nonsense. They were way too tall. So moving next door, we have got some pepper plants. Now they have pretty much stopped producing. Here are some lesias. These were a really cool pepper to grow this year. Once they're mature enough, they do turn red, but we're pretty much done, I think, for turning red. And I've noticed yesterday when I came out that one of my green bell peppers and a couple of the nadapinos, they're getting a little mushy. So I think that the cold is changing the structure of the pepper walls, and it's getting a little mushy. So I gotta take these out. I'm gonna take them out today with the tomatoes, bring them inside, and I'll just have to cut them and put them in the freezer, or use them like right away in a stir fry or something, as opposed to trying to fresh eat them, because that texture and that consistency just isn't going to be there. So backing up, you can see, like I said, everything is still so healthy. Now in this area, I'm in zone 5B. We have gotten a frost. We got a frost last week, but if you come out and you put a sheet over, like, with the exception of the brassicas that can handle a little bit, but if you came out and put, which I did, the sheet over the peppers and your tomatoes, as you can see, we're mid-October here in Canada and I'm still getting some stuff. So just really learning your zone and learning how to utilize frost cloth, or you can use bed sheets, you can use a number of different things, and really extend that garden crop. Because not only do you have like your winter vegetables, I'm still getting tomatoes, and it's October 13th. So anyways, moving along from the peppers, we are here. We've got some brassicas, I got some broccoli, some cauliflowers. Next door, I have more green onions. Now, again, if you've been following along, you know that I learned in my zone this year, every year I grow onions, green onions in particular, I would let them grow all the way, very similar to this, all season, chop them at the end, chop and freeze. I learned that if you get them when they're a little bit smaller, about like they're next door, you'd have to go back to a previous video and look. I have been chopping them, dehydrating them when they were like little, about half that size, and they grow back like a perennial. Like, I had no idea. This is so cool. I definitely learn something new every year, and this is one of the things that I learned, is that if you keep chopping your green onions down, they continuously grow back, just like your basil would or your sage. So this is harvest number 4 for me, I believe. So I have gotten a massive mason jar in the house full of dehydrated onions. I'm actually going to take these, because they're a lot bigger now. I am going to take these full stalks and I'm going to put them in the dehydrator, and then I'm actually going to grind them down and make an onion powder. So that's amazing. I'm really happy that I learned that trick and that it worked. And I think next year I might even do like a couple more rows and just go crazy with the green onion, because I love green onion. I throw that in everything. Next door we have some radishes. Those will be ready to pull soon. I'll use the tops probably to make some more pesto. I have shown you in a video at the beginning of the season, because I did spring radishes, how to do that. I'll link it below so you can see. We still have carrots. I haven't pulled these yet because the ground is starting to get cold. They haven't gone to seed yet, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to keep these here probably for a few more days until I have the time to harvest, chop them, and freeze them. But like some of these over here, I grew Nantes Corylus for the first time over here, and then I tried a row of the Black Nebula. I got seeds in a seed trade for free. Look at this one. This is insane. So I'm really excited. I don't want to pull this one because I'm just worried, but like, look at this. This is nuts. So I'm super excited to come out here and harvest all these. I've got carrots like pretty much all throughout this entire bed. So yeah, that'll be exciting to come out and get these. This bed is now empty. We have got all of our herb that was in there out. I have got my rutabagas. These will also be, as you can see, ready to come out anytime now. I'll probably harvest these on a separate day from the carrots, because I just have limited time. And then we over here have got some more broccoli, and like we've got our cabbage going. So this is a pretty good size head of cabbage that we've got in here. It's about the size of my hand. I'm keeping that in there as long as we can. I'm hoping to see that through till November. So we're just going to keep that, and then I might try fermenting for the first time, maybe doing some sauerkraut or making a cabbage soup, maybe some cabbage rolls. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but... And then we've got our entire bed of beans. So I harvested my last set of beans in September, and I've been letting these go for the last couple weeks. And reason being is now I have seeds for next year. So they've gotten crunchy. That means that everything's died off. And I have shown you in the past, see, we now have seeds for next year inside there that I can save and grow plants with. So that's what I did. I left all of the plants here to die off, dry out, and so that all of these plants will be saved for seed, and I won't have to buy beans next year. And at this point, all of our strawberries have completely died off. There was no chance for these. We've got our pollinator garden. I came out and chopped. We had 12-foot sunflowers. We had zinnias, you name it, we had it in here. And I came and chopped down those sunflower stalks. We got rid of those. I chopped out pretty much everything, and everything's dying off now. I'm going to come out here because I do see some seeds. I did a lot of seed saving. As most of you know and seen, we had my seed saving series. I did a week where every day I highlighted a different flower seed and how to save the seeds from it. So a lot of that did come from this garden, but you can finally see down to the bottom the rocks and stuff, the little decorations that I had at one point. But yeah, like some of the stalks on these sunflowers, I'm gonna dig them out, but like they were huge. Like I can't even, it's insane. But yeah, so the pollinator garden is pretty much done. So that's it for the raised beds. And then over here I have got the last of my grow bags. Now these eggplants just decided to start toppling out a couple weeks ago. I tried to stake them up, but I do have eggplant in here. I have eggplants that I have to come out. There's probably like 10 eggplants on this plant that I have to come out and get. I got so much eggplant this year. I was so happy with my season of eggplant. It's the first time I ever tried growing it, and I probably got, geez, 4 Ziploc bags full, like freezer bags full. I have 2 okras. So I have 3 okras left on this plant. These 2 I'm going to harvest off once we're done doing this tour. This one I have left. I'm going to wait until it's huge. This is not edible at this point. I've left it because I want to save the seeds from it. And then these were Brussels sprouts. Look at these. These are insane. Now, they didn't produce any Brussels sprouts. I've made that very clear all summer that it was a fail. But I'm just going to take a step back and show you. Look at them. This is in one grow bag. Like, I don't know if you can see underneath. This is all coming out of one little grow bag. So, if I haven't said this before, these are all in grow bags. The okra is in the grow bags. The eggplant is in the grow bag. If I haven't said this before, start gardening. Even if you're on a patio and you can't do raised beds or in-ground beds, you can get these felt bags on Amazon for like $15. This was a 3-pack. They also have like, I think these ones are like the potato ones because they have this door on it. And this is what I did last year. I did potatoes in them. So you could open them up and see like when your potatoes were ready. But I mean, and even if you don't want to do felt bags, you can do buckets. You can do containers from the dollar store. I'm going to do a series, or not a series, sorry, a video this winter talking about how you can garden for virtually free, because you don't need all this to garden. It's nice to have. It's beautiful. I love it. I love to garden. But if you're looking at just being sustainable and starting with a tomato plant or a cucumber plant and just putting up some food, you can do it for virtually nothing. But anyways, so this is our last garden tour, as I said, for 2022, which is super sad, but that's okay because we've got some other stuff coming out and I've already started planning for next year. I already got my garden plans going. I'm gonna do some loofah next year I'm gonna try some arched trellises next year. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us this season. If you've been following along, we will see you next time, and continue watching because this winter we are going to be doing a bread series where I'm going to show you how to do all different sorts of bread, white bread, sourdough bread. I'm going to show you how to make a sourdough starter, bagels, dinner rolls, bread bowls for your soup, you name it. We're going to do that. We got lots of good stuff. Even though gardening season is over, homesteading is not, being sustainable is not. So continue to follow us along. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later. Bye.